Generosity is active. While the world constantly moves forward, being responsive means we choose to evolve. To use our collective strength to meet the moment and change the world for good. So how do we activate generosity? We evolve. We move beyond traditional approaches that rely on a few large donations. We innovate. We take risks, try new things, and learn from our mistakes. We activate. We engage our community to be part of the solution. The time for action is now. And together, we activate generosity. Welcome to the Responsive Nonprofit Summit.
Yes.
Amazing.
Good morning, day 2.
Welcome back to the Responsive Nonprofit Summit, day 2. Day 1 was incredible. My name's Brian Funk, VP of Marketing at Virtuous. I'm joined by my wonderful colleagues.
I'm Stephen Boudreau, Vice President of Brand and Community at Virtuous.
Becky Endicott, co-founder and chief storyteller at We Are For Good. Glad you're back, guys.
Thanks so much for joining us. Whether you joined yesterday or today is your first day joining us, we just want to say that we are so grateful for all of the work that you do. Your time, your talent, your expertise, it's precious, and we're so honored that you chose to join with us today and over the course of the days to follow. We have one more day tomorrow where we are equipping nonprofits to learn how to deepen their expertise around how to get hyper-personal with donors to increase generosity.
Ooh.
Yeah, and speaking of generosity, we want to thank all our speakers and our sponsors for being a part of this. It's no small thing to come and just share from your life experience, share your wisdom, share your personality, share just who you are with everybody here, and also for you who are attending, those of you engaging with the comments and sharing the love with the people who are sharing so much with you. Really, so much of this is just a celebration of our community, of the things that we're doing to try and make the world a better place.
And I just feel that so much. Yesterday, there was just such a palpable momentum, and there was people embracing just showing up as you are and understanding that this is a community of learning and of acceptance and evolution. And so, I felt like the momentum was just getting started. And today, day 2 is gonna be lit. What's on the schedule?
Well, before we talk about today, I just want to shout out a few people from yesterday.
That's great. I love that.
Dr. B, of course, rocked everybody.
We had an incredible opening keynote. Do you want to share a little bit about the opening keynote?
If you missed Dr. Bertrude Albert, please go back. Because you're an attendee, you can go back and listen to that recording. Yep. But it was about how are we going to reimagine generosity? And I don't know about you guys, but she brought the heart, she brought the soul, she brought the practicality, and she was one of us. Someone who's in the trenches and really pushing innovation, and I just left heart-filled, so.
Yeah, and those recordings will be available. If you missed it, you don't want to miss it, is all I'm saying.
Go back.
Yeah, in the platform AirMe, you can go back through the schedule and re-watch any session that's already happened. So it's easy as that. So.
All right, well, why don't we talk a little bit about what we've got going on today. We have one keynote stage, but then we have 4 concurrent stages going on all day. So that's why the recordings are really important. But it's also just doubling down on how we're trying to bring so many smart minds, wise minds really, to share what they got going on. What are you looking forward to today, Brian?
I think that the 2 sessions that I'm really, really excited about, one is called Voices on the Front Line. It's being hosted by our very own Eric Tamales, and it features one of my favorite fundraisers, Abigail Tobia. And Abigail has an incredible story about how in 1 year, they increased fundraising revenue and impact by 400%. And so
Abigail.
Shout out to Abigail. So you're gonna hear firsthand from a whole panel of incredible frontline fundraisers on how they close the gap between the donor and the mission. So that's one that I'm really excited about.
Well, on the We Are For Good stage, we've got an innovation panel. Can you talk a little bit about who will be speaking there?
Okay, buckle up, guys, because we've got the CEO of Red Nose Day coming in, Allison Moore. We've got Yada Ping with Just Fund, who is moving money, much faster to the front lines, and she's working with a lot of BIPOC organizations and doing incredibly innovative things on DAFs, donor advised funds. And then we also have Sarah Lee. You guys know we love News Story. They are the picture of innovation, and they actually bring innovation as a core value into the company. We're going to be breaking that apart and understanding what nonprofits can learn about it. So excited for that one.
On the topic of innovation, Dave Raley will also be speaking. He spoke yesterday, he'll be speaking today, but he's going to be talking about where does innovation go wrong. And I think anyone in nonprofit tech, or if you've interacted with nonprofit tech, there's always this feeling of like, what's going to go wrong? There's always this hesitation that people have when you approach them with new technology. And of course, at Virtuous, we have to overcome that objection all the time. So Dave is going to bring the heat today, as he always does.
Yeah, and we hope as you check out the schedule and look at the program, there's a little bit for everybody at your nonprofit. So even broadening the lens beyond fundraising, we have some great sessions centered around nonprofit marketing. We have the CEO of Fleece and Thank You, Nicholas Kristock, who is also the founder of KindCatch, and he's going to be diving into the 5 marketing trends that every nonprofit marketing team needs to know. So even beyond the lens of fundraising, there should be something available for everyone on your team to get value, to learn, to educate. And with that in mind, we also have up to 35 CFRE continuing education credits available. Allie, it would be great if we could drop the link in the chat. We have a download for you, so you can track what sessions you attend, submit that to CFRE, and earn credits towards your continuing education.
You just saved my CFRE time by at least half on that application. I hope it's really helpful for everybody.
Hey, I want to call out one more session, only because when we talk about fundraising and fundraisers and nonprofits, we can't ignore kind of the elephant in the room, and that is the struggles that our community has with mental health. And that's why the We Are for Good panel is going to be having a discussion about this topic. Do you mind sharing?
Yeah, mental health it should always be embedded into our cultures. And we're seeing just unbelievable rises in burnout and compassion fatigue. And so we have brought in 4 incredible experts, Kirk Brown with Handy out of Broward County in Florida, Sonia Lauterbach Perez out of Minnesota, Lindsay Kolsch, your former boss To Write Love on Her Arms, to Aloha. And we also have Paige Chenault-Lure, who is the founder of the Birthday Party Project, who just went on a deep sabbatical as a founder. And so we're going to be talking about how to build teams that are nestled in care, in a community of care. We're talking about pushing through burnout to build teams that have vitality. And we're going to address those elephants in the room that you mentioned. And we're going to talk about how it feels right now to work in these missions. We see that you're struggling, and we want you to know we have your back. We're bringing solutions, we're bringing frameworks, and we're bringing case studies so that you can get your team unstuck and get them cared for, because we care about you.
And this is just what we have time to talk about now. But really, I want you to think of RNS as not just a moment that we're having today, but it's starting a conversation, and it's really continuing a conversation that goes, because it's not like mental health suddenly is created and solved on a panel.
Right.
It's not like we understand innovation just based on one talk, but it gets the conversation to the next level, to the next step. And really, that's what every nonprofit is striving to do, is just take that next step.
Yeah,
So.
I think the reminder is the generosity that you pour out into the world towards your mission, and the generosity that flows in through your donors. We want you to know that generosity flows back to you too.
Yeah.
It doesn't just flow into your mission, and you are the precious cargo that is generating the needs necessary to solve the greatest challenges facing our communities in the world. And so we've got to protect our precious cargo on our mission to build a better world. And that's what generosity is all about.
Well, there's your warm mom hug right here for the morning. Thank you, guys. You got us hyped up. Excited about today.
Beautiful. Well, before we go to our opening keynote, we're so excited. We do want to let you know that this event has been made free and accessible thanks to our incredible partners that believe that equipping our community and the broader community of philanthropy and nonprofits should be free, should be accessible. So I want to say thanks to all of our sponsors, and I'd love to give one of our sponsors a quick word before we dive in with Gabe Cooper, CEO of Virtuous, for our opening keynote.
Donor Search is really leading the face of the industry right now.
Our data scientists, our IT team, our engineers, even the different leaders within the organization are really bringing new ideas and thought leadership to improve the tools and solutions.
The results that we've seen speak for themselves, and they're higher than anything we've experienced in the past.
At Skidmore, we've ended a 7-year campaign, which we ended above our goal at nearly 230 million. But I think that last year, because we had Donor Search, we were able to kind of end it, breaking our goal.
I would recommend based on the information that you're getting back because of the results.
If you don't use prospect tools, you're probably leaving money on the table, to be quite candid.